Hi, my name is Corey and I'm from Appello, and in this video I'm going to show you how to use the Appello mobile app. So on the right hand side of the screen here, what you're seeing is the login screen for Appello, and you're going to use your last name and a 5-digit PIN to get logged in. That 5-digit PIN will be given to you by your employer. Once you're logged in, the first screen you're going to see is your schedule. The schedule can be, you can move back and forth using these arrows at the top. As you can see, I'm doing here. Okay, so I'm on Wednesday, December 18th. I can also pop it down and see a calendar, and I can select any day on the calendar. If I'm on today, I can see that I'm scheduled to the job construction phase A at North County Hospital. I can see the job number, the customer, and the address. If I click get directions, it'll open up my preferred mapping software and it will actually plot those directions for me. If I click select job, I'm going to see all of the job info, job name, the customer, the location, the start time, or any other details that the company you work in might populate here for you. You'll also see every other person that is scheduled to the job, so you're aware of who your crewmates are for the day. Under notes, you're going to see any notes that have been added to the job, either in the office or by previous workers that were there potentially on a day before you. The note functionality is great because it allows everybody to stay on the same page as to what has been going on the job site. You can upload photos, you can annotate things that are going on, and I'll show you an example here of how to create a note. You tap the plus button, and I can put a note title. I can say end of day update. And then depending on what device you're using, if you tap in here, you can actually use the microphone down here in the bottom right. And when I tap on that, everything that I say is going to show up in this text box. And the nice thing is I can provide the end of day update just like this by talking into my phone, and it's going to annotate it for me. If I'd like to rewrite that sentence because I am not very good with my writing skills, or I just feel like I want it to be more professional, or perhaps I want to translate it to a different language, you click rewrite with AI, which is down in the bottom right hand corner. And in this case, I'm going to rewrite it to be more professional, and it will go through and use AI to help rewrite that note so that things are just a little more clean and clear. I can also add attachments. I can take a photo, grab a photo from my photo library, or add files, and then I can submit that. So why don't we take a photo of you, me talking to you. I'll use that photo, which is going to upload into the app here. And then now that it's been added, I can see the photo and I can submit my note. So I would highly encourage all construction crews to be using the notes functionality. It's a great way to stay on the same page as to what's going on the job site. It's also a great way to cover yourself in terms of perhaps being told to do something on the job site by the customer, a site contact asking you to do work that maybe is outside of scope of work. Maybe you want to document so a change order could be issued. Maybe you want to ask questions, request materials. That can all be done through the notes functionality. Under forms, you're going to see any forms that have been assigned to you to complete for the day. In this case, there's been a job hazard assessment assigned to me. And so when I show up on the job site, I'll click start form, and that will initiate the form within the app. And then when I click start now, really all I'm doing is following these questions one by one and answering them. So what tools and equipment are required for this job? I'll say cutting tools, confirm, and so on. What materials are required? Insulation and PVC cladding. And so on. You can see how I'm answering these questions one at a time. If I want to see all of the questions in the top right hand corner, I tap the icon and I will see all of the rest of the questions. Now it looks like I only have two more, so let's fill that out. I'll continue with PPE, hard hat, and glasses. By no means am I saying that the way I'm filling out these questions is to the level of detail that you should be answering them. However, for this demo, what is my task? I'll say cutting and installing insulation. Hazards, cutting finger. I'm not going to upload a photo of the hazard, but you could if you had one. Risk rating, I'll say it's low, and then I'll say what controls I'm going to wear, PPE. Again, probably a much better set of questions and answers that should be provided, but I think you understand that for this video I'm trying to show you how to move through the mobile app and fill out your forms. Now you can see my entire form is filled out. I click confirm and proceed, and it asks me if other people need to sign this form. If this is the type of form that other people need to sign, I say yes, and it will automatically select everybody else who's scheduled to the job with me. If I need to add other people, I can select them at that time. I click add users, and I will get a confirmation screen of who else this form is going to be sent to, and then I can go in and sign it using that same 5-digit PIN. And that will submit the form. And now if I go under forms, I can see under complete that that form has been completed. If you need to revise that form throughout the day, you can come here and click update form submission, and that will take you in and allow you to update the form. Also, if you're a foreman and you want to have other people on the job site sign the form on your device, you can click allow other users to acknowledge, and right down here at the bottom, those individuals could use your device, click sign, and actually sign the form. So we've got job info, job notes, job forms, okay, and then we've also got files. And files are any photos or documents uploaded to the platform. Progress reports are going to be more for at the management level, but this is where you can go in and actually update how much of the job has been complete over time. Now, outside of working within the job that you're scheduled to, you're going to notice that in the top right hand corner there is a menu where you can do things like complete your timesheets, upload out-of-pocket expenses, submit vacation requests, and see your certifications. So let's go into timesheets. If I want to enter my time for today, since I was scheduled to that job, I can see that today for December 18th I was scheduled to construction phase A north building. Click the edit pencil. I worked 8 hours. And using this interface, I can also claim travel, I can claim board, and I can also add a timesheet note for anything that I want to add particular information about. Perhaps you had to leave 15 minutes early and you want your supervisor to know. Once that's done, you submit, and your time will be submitted for review and approval. As timesheets get reviewed and approved, you'll see the status has changed. So if I go back in time, you can see that this timesheet here from December 4th is in review. And if I go back to December 3rd, I can see that this timesheet was approved. And so now your timesheets will also give you a track record of everything that you've done in terms of the work, the time, and what you should expect to get paid. Under expenses, this is where you can upload out-of-pocket expenses. You click the plus button, fill out the details, the date of the expense, where you made the purchase, the merchant, the expense account. You could say it was for a gas receipt. Say who needs to be reimbursed, either you or a different employee. Select the job that the expense relates to, and then you put in the amount. Say it was a $50 receipt. Maybe it had HST on it. That will calculate the total, and then you can select an image and upload the actual receipt. Once I submit that, again, what you're going to find is that merchant, let's say ESSO, okay, your expense is submitted, and now it's in review. Once it gets approved, it will show here. Vacation is very similar, where to request a vacation day, you click the plus sign, you select whether it's an illness or a personal day or it's vacation or a medical appointment. You can select from the categories available. Let's say I'm calling in sick, so illness, reason, I have a cold, leave length, full day, and we can say it's for today. And I can add a note. In this case, I'm going to use the talk feature with the little microphone in the bottom right-hand corner. I can put in a bunch of details about why I'm calling in sick. Okay, and then when I'm done, I can submit that, and now my leave request or vacation request or sick day request has been submitted. Under certifications, this is where you're going to see all of your training records. And so, for example, if I'm going to pull up my confined space awareness certificate, here it is. This is a great place to keep track of all your training records and also reference them in case a WSIB or a workplace health and safety, or an OSHA representative were to show up. These are the basic functionalities that you're going to perform on the mobile app. If you have any questions, please feel to reach out, but this should give you a good starting point in terms of how to use the app as you get started using Appello.